Welcome back, guys, to another video. So today is my build of my Airwolf with the tail motor mod, and I'm going to show you some tips and tricks on this build if you want to do the mod and save you some maintenance issues in the near future and prevent some mechanical failures when flying. So what I did, for the first thing I did, I added the sync cable and then I just bungeed it up. And the reason why, once you put it in the Airwolf fuselage and screw everything down, do the double electrical tape on the tail section that you see in the FlyWing video, it is actually kind of a pain to take it apart. And also you won't be able to get to the flight controller. So this is another way to eliminate it. The Squirrel actually does the exact same thing. If you buy it, you'll see that they leave the sync cable hooked up to the flight controller, and you can just plug it in that way. So the next thing I did too was I put this belt guard right here that will prevent my belt from sliding off in flight. So I actually highly recommend you do this. I 3D printed this. There's a G code out there for you. So if you need help finding it, let me know. And then also, the last modification I did, I re-added the battery tray. Because in the FlyWing video, they take it off and they don't put it back on. Which, if you're trying to CG the helicopter correctly, because there's a lot of room for your nose. But if you put your battery here, your CG is going to be off. So if you put your battery tray back in, slide the battery back in, it will sit perfectly and your CG will be on point. So that's that. And then, and as for the tail motor mod, what I did was I moved the motor mount from the right side to the left, facing towards me. So the motor is going to be sticking out this way further. And this is the reason why. On the FlyWing Airwolf fuselage, you'll notice that there is an indentation right here. When your motor is on the right side, it clears the tail section perfectly. Well, for us, what we're going to have to do, when I show you later in the video, we're going to have to move it to the left, and then we're going to have to put some double-sided tape inside the fuselage to push this out just a little bit further to give us about a finger width of clearance. And that's important, so I'll discuss that a little further. So let me show you how to put this together and we'll get it in. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is slide this in. So you must take off the tail motor, and then you just slide it in with everything, with the cable. And it should slide in. Okay, so what's really good about the Airwolf fuselage, there's a lot of room. So this, I'm going to string up in the front and put it inside the nose, under, and then I'm just going to Velcro it in, and it will hold in place. And then for the slack cable, there is a slit under your base plate, which I'm just going to tuck in the cable that way. And once you get your Airwolf, you'll see what I'm talking about. And I'll just tuck it in there, the slack, so it doesn't run into the tail assembly. And honestly, once you have the bulk of it tied down, it's not going to move. And honestly, I'm not going to be doing inverted flight on this. It's just going to be flying scale. So once you have this securely in, alright, so once you have this secured, next thing we're going to do is go to the tail section and get the tail motor mounted. So you'll notice on the tail section, you see all that flex? We got to get this nice and sturdy. And the FlyWing video, they put like a double-sided tape And then you got this little wood piece right here that will push it, like when you push a double-sided tail, push into it. And like I was saying, for our tail motor mod, you see how far away it is from the left? It's kind of in the middle. We need to push it all the way to the left instead of the right. So once that's done, we're going to mount the motor real quick. And we're going to have to rotate the motor when we're plugging it in, and you'll see what I mean. So usually your cable on your tail motor is usually facing down, but unfortunately it's usually like this. So unfortunately we can't tuck it in and rotate it around. So what we're going to have to do is rotate the cable about, I want to say about 60 degrees, almost kind of like a 90-degree position when it's all said and done. So I'm going to plug it in, and don't worry, I'll show a photo what I mean, how it should look. I know the video is really tough to see. So since now that's secured, pretty much tuck in your cable like this. And how I'm going to hold this in place from the slack is use double-sided tape that I kind of just cut in half or down to size. And you don't need much. So next thing we're going to do, and then this is what I mean when you rotate the cable. It's pretty much 90 degrees. Bam. Just like that. Now it's tucked in, it's not going to slack, and it's not going to catch on anything. So to push the tail closer to the left, how we want it, I found out it takes 3 of these square electrical tapes, and I use this Scotch indoor one. It takes about 3. Let me get it out of the sun. There you go. And just like that, just make a sandwich. Okay. This part right here, it's not hard. So just peel it off. And this is what I mean when you should put your sync cable in there. Because once it's in there and you're pushing it, this is going to be a pain in the butt to get out. And they also do this in the FlyWing video. I just found out for me, 3 actually works. And you just shove it in there. And then you just kind of just press it against the wall. Tuck it in there a little deeper, but it's okay. And there you go. And now look, no flex in the tail. All right, so here's the thing about the vertical stabilizer. Is that unfortunately it would go, if you're not doing the tail motor mod, it'll go on the left side, and you do have some holes that you can put a screw in right here. But for the mod, it's going to go on the right side, right? Well, unfortunately, you have your double-sided tape here, in which, you know, for a fact your screw is not going to catch. And on top of that, there's not a wood support on this side, so your screw won't catch because the wood support is actually on the right side, on the opposite side. So what I found, come to find out, what I'm going to do is that I'm just going to use hot glue, and then I'm going to use this little piece of double-sided tape just for some extra strength. And I'm just going to slap it on. So I'm going to show you. And the reason why I'm using both is the fact I still want to be able to take this off and not be so difficult, but I also want to make sure it's on there that it's not going to fly off in midair due to the tail motor. And I did hot glue this before and it just popped off, because this is actually really like smooth. So if I had like sandpaper, I would sand it and then slap it on, but I don't. So this is just the down and dirty way. So let me peel off. And you don't have to put too much hot glue, you know. I just put a little bit on. And I'm using Gorilla Glue hot glue to do this. So it says in, you kind of just line this up perfectly, and then the double-sided tape will hold this in place while the glue is curing, and it's just like that. Okay, so let's talk about the prop, what direction, like what props you need. Okay, so this is the 450V2. So your motor is blue and it's a counterclockwise motor. And you'll need a, there it is, the prop. You'll need a 5045 when you're doing the mod. Now, if you're not doing the mod, it's a 5045R, and the numbers are facing in when you're not doing the mod. When you're doing the mod, the 5045, the numbers are facing out, not inside the fuselage. Very important. But also, I recommend to always check the direction of your tail motor spinning before you do any kind of mod and get the right prop. Because if you put the wrong prop on, it's going to spin out of control, and then it's just going to tear itself apart. And then you're going to be like, "Oh, Pilot Bowser, you told me to do it this way." And I'm going to say, did you check your prop direction? So that's that. And I have other videos, like I think I talk about it in the Bell 206, and I think I talk a little bit more detail, but I just want to make sure that you do this right, because I don't want this to be one and done and then you're pissed off that you lost your Airwolf fuselage. So now let's look at the gap. So this is the gap when I'm talking about the clearance. You see how there's a finger in there I can slip in? That's what we are looking for when you're doing this mod. And you'll see the indentation right here when you're not doing the mod, which your prop clears just fine. It's good engineering. I think FlyWing did a good job thinking this one out. So yeah. So, and that's pretty much it for the Airwolf mod. So guys, I hope this video helped you guys out. I didn't do the whole build. Like I was saying earlier, there are some, FlyWing does have a video out there that you can get, you can watch it, and it's like 3 minutes long, and you can build this aircraft in like easy. These are just the tips and tricks I made up and what I found out to solve some of the problems. One, the sync cable, how you're gonna get in there when you put this in there. So that's why I leave mine in there. You could cut a little hatch on top, but that's up to you. I don't want to cut into it as much as possible. And then I put the battery tray back in for the CG to put the battery in the middle, which it is balanced perfectly. And then of course what I did with the tail motor mod. So yeah, so I hope this video helps you guys out in your FlyWing mods, and hopefully I will have a video of the flight shortly. Lately the weather has been pretty rough and awful for the last week. So yeah, and then I know for the future plans for my Airwolf, I'm probably gonna cut out windows out, because I'm probably gonna do FPV, but that's a later date. I want to see if the mod works first, which I do know it does, because I did the mod for the 450, so I know it works. But I want to make sure everything's working correctly, because I am adding a fuselage with a little bit more weight, and I got to see how the flight characteristics work and the new software that just opened up. So yeah. So guys, well, thank you for watching. If you do like this video, you know, smash that like, share it with other people. Super easy to do, not difficult. So yeah, so catch you on the next one, guys.